Alrighty, what is up, y'all? Spencer K here. We're back for an episode of Nations 2.0. Not a brand new series. This is actually an extremely old series on the channel. I mean, we're talking this series dates all the way back to, I think, 2019, 2020, all the way through 2021, 2022. This is a factions-like SMP, essentially, that me and a bunch of my friends played back in the day. This world means a lot to me. This is probably like my biggest world ever that I hosted. The most amount of people, the largest world, the most amount of stuff built. Really, really cool world. And if you're new here, uh, obviously you probably don't know anything about it, and this world won't mean a whole lot to you. But I'd like to show you it if you don't mind. And then I think I want to bring it back. I'm going to talk about it quite a bit here. Here we go. So I've been kind of tinkering with this stuff as of recently. You can see today's the 13th, or down here, nope, it's not going to pop up. Today's the 13th that I'm recording it. Just uploaded this. I actually made a couple of copies, and I tested it because this one's creative, this one's survival, this one's survival. These are just copies. You can see just copy and paste right there. This one I actually uploaded to my laptop, and I was playing on my laptop. I was trying to achievement hunt because they've made a bunch of new additions to Minecraft since 2023, which is the last time we actually played this world. You could see a bunch of creative stuff. Actually, the survival version was here until I loaded it, but it was 2023 prior to me loading it. But all these other worlds, yeah, 2023, 2023. You can see how many copies I have of this world. And the reason there's so many copies is this is how I used to make videos. I'd make a copy of the world, obviously keep the survival world as a backup because it's actually survival. I don't want to screw that up. But then make a creative version so that I could actually go through and record all my old videos. Because you can do it in survival. It's just so much harder. But that's why I have so many copies here. And then I have some other stuff here. I don't know what we were doing. Probably experimenting. I don't know. But we have a ton of worlds here. Mostly Nations 2.0 here. 2.0, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. Copy, Creative Nations. I'm going to assume that means of 2.0. But I mean, 2023 and even 2022 is when we were last playing this. You can see 21, 21, 21 is when I was making all these copies. But this is going to be the one up here that we are playing survival. And this is it. I mean, it's on peaceful right now. At some point in time, it got switched to peaceful, which we're going to get into. Actually screwed up a lot with this world, and I'm very bummed about. Normally, we play on normal difficulty. I guess we'll keep it on peaceful for the tour, and then I want to actually bring this world back and play it like I said, and we'll bump it back up to normal. It's supposed to be on normal. The rule was we will never change this world off of normal difficulty for a lot of reasons. A lot of my friends were like, yo, I want to play on hard. I want to not hardcore, just hard difficulty. They wanted it to be a challenge. And then the other half of my friends wanted to be on peaceful. They're like, I just kind of want to build. I don't really want to have to worry about creepers and stuff. So, it's kind of a mixed bag there. Oh my gosh, my sensitivity is a little high. I mean, maybe we'll get used to it. No, I'm not going to get used to that. Nope. That's a little bit better. That first one was a little bit too fast for me. But first and foremost, man, I am spawned right next to my storage facility. Just keep that in mind. My storage facility is going to be really the center of this world. In so many ways, this building is the center of the world, really, to put it into perspective. I mean, duplication was a big part of this world. We're going to get into all of it, man. I don't have any secrets. This obviously isn't an active world. Hasn't been for at least 3 years. But I went all the way through, and at the top, we have shulker boxes full of items, and in the bottom, we have the items, the actual items, and this is how we did it. No automatic sorting. All this stuff out here was to be sorted or to be whatever, essentially. I mean, if it needs a new spot, if there's not a barrel or an item frame, a slot for it, it is going to be out here in the middle. Essentially, we got a bunch of crafting stuff, armor, all that good stuff. But this is the center of the world. In this building, I cannot take all the credit for myself. This building was a collaboration of probably 10 plus people. The amount of people that came over here and would either duplicate or drop off items. Like if I didn't have an item, they would go and get multiple amounts of that item and drop it back off so I can actually make a slot for it and, complete the storage facility. And it was kind of like an open use policy. Like if someone were to come in, like, okay, let's say you needed a bunch of clay for whatever reason, you could come here and snag some clay, but it usually was in turn like, hey, if I need help either duplicating or getting an item, they would be like one of the guys to go and help me out with it. And that's kind of how this world operated. For factions, it was extremely peaceful. One thing about factions is we've always historically had a lot of wars. Or nations, I should call it. It's essentially factions. But we've had over, I think, 8 nations world, like 8 official nations worlds at this time. And just about every single one of them was filled nonstop, just start to finish with war, with conflicts. What am I getting all these tips for? I do not want them. Alrighty, there we go. I turned tips off. That thing was just taking up like a quarter of my screen and was getting really, really annoying. But this is probably the most zoomed out complete map of my nation that I have. And funny enough, this isn't even half of my nation. This is the largest city. This is the capital, and what I would consider of the world. It's technically, I guess we all agreed Spawn was the capital of the world. We all worked on a joint Spawn together, which is not in this map. But this city essentially is the capital. The amount of history here. All these little red roofed buildings right here, these are all the embassies. I actually went and built a bunch of buildings for other nations, other nation leaders, to have houses here. And then if their citizens were ever visiting, they had a place to stay. That way I don't have to worry about them running around getting into crap, right? It was really cool, man. And this was a very large world. I think we had probably 40, 50 plus people on this world, on separate nations. I mean, a massive, massive world. I mean, if you were to go from the farthest nation all the way east or west over here to the farthest east, I mean, you're talking probably 15, 20,000 blocks apart. So rail systems, all kinds of transportation was a huge, huge, huge deal. And you can see we got bored, so I just started building stuff. There's a story to every little aspect of the city, man. Honestly, I'll be telling these stories for probably episodes to come as if we actually make this a series. But first and foremost, yeah, I wanted to kind of show you around. I mean, obviously you got all these buildings. What are, what's the purpose of all these buildings? This is a little bit closer up of my city, I guess, if you're looking at anything. This is a zoo, by the way, which I think we're going to check out here very shortly. And this is one of the major things that got screwed up by that peaceful difficulty setting. I don't know when it happened. If I did it back way, way, way back for something, maybe it was for a video, or I do not know, or maybe it was just a misclick at some point. I don't know. Like I said, it's been 3 years since I've really played on this world, so it could have been anything. But yeah, this is a pretty cool zoo. But no, I kind of lost my train of thought, but every building has a purpose here. Right here, you can already see some maps in here. So obviously I have the maps of my nation right here, but I have the maps of a lot of other nations in there, and that is still a work in progress. It's kind of like my government building to have maps of every civilization there is just to have. This was going to be a trade building. That's going to be a bank right there, that red and black building, which, do I have a bed? I do not have it. Oh, I do. I do have a bed. Sweet. Let's go ahead and sleep. That way we can actually see it in all of its true glory. And once again, all these buildings, just about all of these buildings, got a lot of help by my friends. So once again, they would come over, grab items from my storage facility, which is massive. Obviously, I know duplication. We'll get into that a little bit later. But, they come and take whatever they needed, and then they would help me put up buildings like this. And that's why I think my city is the capital. And that's why I love this world so much, man. All this was a joint effort. And once again, survival. You saw it, the main screen survival. Yes, duplication. So that takes away a lot of the grinding, of course. So it's not as impressive as probably some other worlds without duplication. But I'll get into it now. We'll just head over to the zoo. One thing, why did we duplicate? Well, it's a factions world. You try to get any edge on your opponent that you can. If you are in a race against another nation and all their citizens to be stronger, to be better, to build more, to have more secret chests, to whatever it is, to grind it out right, you're going to use duplication of whatever means necessary. And people ask me, why don't you moderate it? I can't, because for me to successfully moderate it, I would either have to be in creative or have admin powers, which then that draws in a whole nother argument of, oh, he's just spawning in what he needs, And so like all this, no one, if I had admin privileges, no one would believe I did any of this stuff legitimately. That's kind of the problem. And I don't know how realms work. I don't know if there's an admin on realms, if they could technically be on creative and while the other players aren't. Does that tamper with I assume that makes the world creative, because I don't see how it wouldn't, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, all this was built in survival with duplicated items. Still takes a lot of time, man. I mean, look at all these buildings. That one's still a work in progress, I think. I don't know if we ever finish that one. But here we are at the zoo, man. This is pretty cool. Spent a lot of time here. I had no clue what to... Oh, I keep hitting J, like modded Minecraft, to pull up my map. But obviously, we are not in that version of the world. I don't have a map. But yeah, the zoo, it's really... I didn't know what to build on this strand. It was just so skinny. I didn't think I could fit any big skyscrapers like that over here. So we decided to do a zoo. And this way, I have a little bit of everything. I don't know how these guys aren't burning to death. I thought they burn in sunlight, but... apparently not. We got those somehow. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't even remember how those spawn, to be honest with you. I don't know how we have to. Oh, no, it's the zombie horses that burn. I don't even think those are in this edition. Maybe they are. I think these are the mules. We got llamas here. Obviously, donkeys. Let's see what else we got. Chickens, of course. You got to have... Oh, we got more. Okay. I don't know how we have so many of those. That's kind of neat, though. Oh, what the heck is that? Created my own custom character. I just got an achievement. Whoa. Okay. That's kind of cool. I didn't know how I did that. We got a couple of iron golems wandering around here trying to keep all the zombies out. Cows, nothing spectacular. We got the turtles. I think I missed one over here. I guess I'll show you it. I don't want to be that guy. I think it was horses. Nope. Yeah, okay, it's horses. That horse is in a tree. That is something. I think we got piggies right here. Yes, sir. We got the piggies. I got just about every animal you could up until the water update. Whatever the water update was, I think 1.18. Maybe it was 1.19, something like that. We pretty much got everything you could. Actually, I didn't even show you my little aquarium here. We got so in depth that I made an aquarium. We got little, it's not that spectacular, but we got little fishies, the salmon and stuff. I think this is puffer fish, and they like to sit in this corner and hurt me. Let's see. Yep, it sure is. Yep, they like to sit in that corner and hurt me. And then a couple of, I don't know, tropical fish, I guess. But I think there's a basement. I was really disappointed with how this turned out. We never really got down here. We wanted to light it up a bunch, kind of have that sea view, the underwater view of the ocean, I guess, but we didn't really light it up down there enough, and there's really not enough animals and fish spawning because the zoo has so many creatures already. It's tough. I had dolphins in here. I think I saw a couple. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got plenty. Wow, 5 dolphins in here. I thought they actually all died, but look at that. Yeah, this is our little dolphin enclosure. Pretty cool with the little stands. You can tell this world was peaceful because I'm building stuff like a zoo, an aquarium, and all this just crap that you would not normally have in a factions world. Like, where's all the automatic farms and stuff, right? Where, that's kind of more of a factions world. But no, sir, not in Nations 2.0. This was a very peaceful world. Did have some drama in the end, which I'm going to be really happy to talk about, man. I love the history aspect of these worlds. We got bunnies there. We got foxes right next to them, which I feel like is torture for the foxes. I feel like they hunt rabbits. Got more rabbits over here, so we're just surrounding the foxes and rabbits. That's totally nice. That's not cool. We got the Arctic fox. I don't know if there's anything in this one. It probably was supposed to be polar bear. Well, no, because here's polar bears. I don't know what was in that one. I don't know. Maybe wolves or something. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. We got the mushrooms. We got the ocelots. Oh, and here's my panda breeding tank here. I was trying to get a brown panda or something, I think, if I remember correctly. I have no clue what that is. Probably an extension to the panda breeding aspect. And then over here in this building that I passed, obviously we're missing a lot of animals still, right? There's plenty of animals, even up to that update, that weren't there. But, ooh, is it this building? I think it's this building. Oh, no, that's an entrance right there. I'm sorry, this is an entrance. We're getting to the panda enclosure. I actually have a building set up for the pandas. I guess I was trading them and stuff. Once again, all my friends, depending on what biome they lived in, would ship animals to me. I had a friend that lived in the jungle that would ship me pandas, would help ship me like ocelots and all that stuff. I think parrots. I have parrots somewhere. I'm pretty sure you have to tame those to ship them, though. I had a guy, I think, have a biome. Mushroom biome. I forget what you call it, but it had one of those biomes nearby him, and he shipped me like 2 of these or something, and I've just been breeding them ever since. So once again, peaceful. A lot of my friends would help me out. They'd go take what they need in the storage facility and then just ship stuff that I need. I'd have like a board or be like, hey man, if you get the chance, and they just do it, man. It was pretty sweet. It was awesome. This was a sweet world. All these buildings right here, they are empty. This was the hostile mob section of the zoo. So every single one of these had a different hostile mob. It'd be like zombies, the frost zombies, the desert zombies. I forget all the names for all these guys. It's been a while since I played this version of Minecraft. Spiders, cave spiders. We had creeper. We had, obviously that was probably witch. Probably one of the spiders. We had a supercharged creeper. That was probably the husk. That's what they're called, the little desert zombies, husks. Obviously, we had stuff from the nether, pigmen. We had, that could have been the snow zombie. There's so many. Oh, the phantom's still here in peaceful mode. That's got to be a glitch, but there's proof that these were hostile mobs. I mean, some probably cave spider or something. I don't know, a cave creature. We had just about everything, man. I think we even had silverfish in one of them and just made sure there was no stone anywhere nearby it. But every single one of these was filled up with hostile mobs, and obviously that's all gone. We even had a ghast in here for about 2 seconds before it killed itself. This was the gas chamber right here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it like that. Oh my god. the ghast cell? I don't know. There's really no good way to say it. But here's my panda enclosure. I spent a lot of time on this building. I really wanted to go all out for pandas. It kind of looks like all my other buildings, I know. But we got one of each type of panda here. I think that's a regular panda. I'll go by one if they actually look at me. I don't know which one's which. Maybe all these on the ground floor are just regular pandas, and all the... Well, no, there's only one floor, so that doesn't really make sense. I don't know which one's which. He's the happy panda. I think they're all different. Yeah, that's the snotty panda. I don't remember all the different types of pandas. He's the, I don't know, one on high or Fenton or something. I do not know. There's supposed to be a brown panda, and I'm going to assume it's the one that's open right here. We never got a brown panda, so that's probably what I was trying to breed over there. Obviously, the brown pandas are incredibly rare. But what's cool is I gave it a second floor just to really let the bamboo grow, and then to get the top view down at the pandas, which I think looks really cool. If I just would have kept it one floor, I don't think this building would have looked nearly as cool as it does now, man. But you know, a lot of time and effort went into this zoo. Really happy. And all the help I had too. Like my friend helped me get a couple pandas over here, and then me breeding them and stuff. And obviously we got a cat here. I tried to put cats everywhere to keep creepers away. That was a big issue. It is what it is, man. Obviously this building's still in the works. Got a lot of buildings. Big hole right here of no buildings. But yeah, let's go ahead and fly up. I give you kind of a top view of the city, I guess. I don't know where the best view is. I mean, a friend built that for me, a little statue. I can't even remember. I think that's a statue for one of my buddies. It's actually a video from when we pushed him off the tower, and he was really pissed. Poor Silver, yeah. When we were in the process of building this building here, me, Brady, and Silver were working on it. Silver was AFK, and as Silver came back, we pushed him off the building, and he fell to his death, and he got mad and rage quit, and then he wouldn't help me with building for quite some time. So we built him a little statue. Oregon built it. Shout out all those guys, man. That was pretty funny. What a good statue, too, by the way. I thought that was pretty neat. It just represents the world. Pretty cool. And then you just, yeah, decoration. I mean, we feel good, man, because I was always terrible at, like, interior and decorating. I could build exterior buildings like nothing, but this world, I feel like, for the most part, we did a pretty dang good job. But sorry, I got a little distracted there. Let me go to the top here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, why not go up here? It's going to be kind of a rough view, I guess, but we'll get the 360. Obviously, the zoo we just checked out there, man. What a sweet view. You got a bunch of other buildings, I guess, little smaller ones. The NU, that's basically the United Nations, but Nations United, since it's a nations world. We just flipped it. Kind of dumb little thing we did, but I didn't really do anything. It was just a building I've had in multiple worlds now at this point. But all these buildings across the river there, that's kind of all my industrial stuff for the most part. You can see my farm towers, and these buildings over here didn't have a whole lot of interior. That was just kind of building as a flex. I guess I'll zip over there. See if I can. Oh, we made it just barely. I was going to use a rocket, but I didn't think I needed to. Sweet, man. But all these buildings over here still works in progress. But I just look so cool. Absolutely cool. I love them. Absolutely love this. I think this was supposed to be a library. Yeah, possibly going to hold enchanting books or something. I was just trying to find places to put stuff. I have so much stuff that sorting out my inventory and all my loot is just impossible. We actually have a functional, if I remember right, subway. An underground subway here. Yes, sir, it is functional. You can see this is the end of the line here. I think I got rid of my minecart, and I sure did. But this will actually take you to the next train stop, wherever it may be. Yeah, I'm going to have to run it. That's okay. Oh, you know what? Oh, my goodness. I know what that achievement was. As I go down this subway, I feel incredibly silly. My fiance is playing Lego DC Supervillains, and she is on my Xbox account, which is linked to this Microsoft account that I'm using for Minecraft right now. So she created a character, and that would make sense, because I was like, I did create a character prior to recording this episode. That's why I changed from the original Steve to this guy, so I didn't know if that was like a new thing they added, but no, that makes way more sense. So if we get achievements, I guess that's going to be her playing Lego. That's funny. It just dawned on me that's what it was. But we got a little villager house here. That's what this is. I guess the subway is only 2 stops right now. I thought we had more than 2 stops, but yeah, we went from right here all the way over to somewhere over here. Oh gosh, I lost it. It's maybe right here. It looks like I built. Nope, it's not done. I had a third one planned, but I don't think I knew how to connect it. Yep, that would make sense. But yeah, really working on a subway. But getting out of the city here a little bit. And I first off, I got to make a disclaimer here. I saw this picture or video. This was not my design. As far as I know, this was no one in the world's design. I think this is something we got online, and we meant to put a sign of the creator of this right here. That way they had credit, and I could credit them if we ever did a video. Either the sign did not get placed or it got destroyed, and I have no clue who designed this, so I feel bad. So it's not our design, so small little disclaimer there. But it's so badass, man. Friggin' cool. You got the sword there, you got the head, and then you got the egg up there. Obviously, if I were to sleep and make it daytime, you could see all these dark objects better, Come on, Spencer. You're better than this. You've been doing YouTube on and off for well over a decade. You should know. You should know. There you go. You can see the dragon egg and the dragon head. Really cool design, man. And we put it here because it's right next to our Olympic field. This is our Olympic hotel that I built. Actually, two of them. We just got some hotels with the volleyball court here, all the little beach towels and umbrella. Pretty cool. Oregon, once again, helped me with that bridge. Shout out him. If I remember who helped me build stuff, I will absolutely shout you out. But it's been 3-4 plus years, so a little bit tough. But yeah, this is our Olympic field. We had full intentions of doing an Olympics event, coinciding with real life Olympics at one point. We just never got the option to do it. But yeah, a little bit of spleef. We had archery. I mean, obviously, who can shoot them all the fastest, I think, is what it was going to be. We got our podium with all of our building blocks here. You can see tic-tac-toe. We're just trying to come up with any event that would work. I can't remember what this was. I'm sure the chest will tell me here. Oh, a totem of undying. Huh, and a fishing rod. Okay. I feel like the totem of undying is kind of irrelevant. I guess maybe it was like on normal difficulty who would die. I don't know. That seems kind of dumb. Maybe like who can pull the other one off first. I don't see why death has to be involved there, but is what it is. This was going to be that TNT spleef, or not spleef, that TNT run. I had the water down here, and it was supposed to help the TNT. I don't know if that's actually going to work. I was going to test it prior to actually using it, but I think this event is going to be canceled. But what's really cool, so we got this building right here, right? The TNT run here. We have a boat race, which I do have a boat, and I don't know if it's functional. I think I actually was going to have to redo this, which is probably another reason why we didn't ever do it. But there's a whole, I wish I had a map, but there's a whole circle that you can boat race on. We're going to have boat races. That's a start-finish line. It's a big loop using natural rivers surrounding this little Olympic area. And then at this part right here, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it actually works. Let's see if it works. Yeah, this part right here, because the TNT run was right there, actually took you underneath it. So the last part of this boat run takes you underneath the TNT run. Which, I mean, shout out to us for being that clever. And then this part was supposed to take you up. And technically it does work. I mean, it kicks you out of the boat. Not really. I mean, it does and it doesn't work. I mean, we're probably going to have to redesign that if we ever want to run it. Holy cow, I got high there. That was pretty cool. Just looking at what else we have here. Oh, that's the... trident throw, I think, right here. You stand. Well, no, what are we doing? Yeah, this is trident throw right here. Yeah, you throw your trident and see how far you can get it. And every one of those white lines is like 5 blocks or something. And I have signs telling you how far. I don't know what this was. I think it was how high out of the water you can jump using, oh, whatever that trident thing is that makes you launch out of the water. I assume that's what it was. I could be wrong. I mean, we just came up with any event we absolutely could. I actually want to take a quick look at this trident throw over here. Yeah, I did put signs. Look at that. And I actually measured it because you have to start, obviously, from where you throw, and you're throwing over a river. So 25 blocks right here. So I counted from right there to here is 25, 30, so on and so forth, man. Pretty cool. Just the amount of effort we put into this. I thought it was pretty, for survival, I thought it was pretty cool. That flag's my symbol. You're going to be seeing a lot of it. Sorry, I didn't mention it. That's my old symbol right there, red, white, and blue. I don't know when or why I created it. We're the Chicken Nation. Couldn't tell you. I think this was supposed to be soccer, like boat soccer or something right here. And Oregon was working on it, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit too long because it's the road's right here and it's kind of getting in the way. So we built a larger version of it right next to it. Oregon did, and it looks like it'll work. This is obviously going to be boxing, I assume. I think, yeah, this is a box. Oh no, that's boxing. I don't know what the hell. This is probably like boxing, but you knock your opponent off, like sumo. I assume that's probably what it is, sumo, something like that. We have a little track and field here, and then a little obstacle parkour course. Let's see. I'm going to do it. Let's see if I can do parkour. It's been a while. I don't even know how to get in there. I don't know how to get in there. All right, that is embarrassing. I don't have an entrance. It's probably not meant to have an entrance, but all right, here you go. Oh, wow, there's actually fences here. So you can be like 3, 2, 1, go, and then everyone can go at the same time. Oh, man. Oh, man. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Come on, I built the course. I suck, dude. See, that's why we didn't do the Olympics. I'd rage quit. All right, I got to give up. We gotta give up. I'll never do it again. No, we'll try red. Maybe red will be a little bit better to us, huh? Oh, and I screw it up. I hate the color red. We had an elytra race. That's what these big red hoops are in the sky. Can you imagine building every single one of these in survival? You have to stack up at every single point. And then I swear to God, I messed like several of them up, so they weren't perfect circles. And then it's aggravating, right? It's super aggravating. This is that river. So all these little red buoys, I called them, that is to guide the boats in the boat race. So if you were to actually do a full lap, you'd come through that bridge, rip through here, keep going this way, and you actually cut underneath the mountains, and then you spit back up in that river right there, and then it takes you to the TNT run. So pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Getting down to it, though, for the Olympics here. We have this boat race, which is pretty cool, and then a swim race, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think what we did to make sure people aren't cheating, you have to swim all the way down, flick a light, swim all the way back, flick a light, swim all the way down, flick a light, and then come back in the first one to have all 4 lights flicked. Or technically, yeah, that's bad design, because I just thought about that. Once you flip one lever, it's going to turn on both lights. So, I mean, it could just be a down and back, or maybe it's, down and back like 3 times, so that the third time, so it's like down, on, down, off, down, off, down, on, and then it's over, something like that, maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously we didn't do the Olympics, so we would have figured it out when push comes to shove if we actually were to record that at some point. My favorite part of the Olympic field, the best for last, is going to be mini golf, dude. Fully playable mini golf. You can start anywhere on the dark green here. And the only rule we had is you can't move. So like, let's say like you're right here. You can't, we didn't do like a running start because people would fucking, jump and then like throw it like as they're already 3 blocks in. So the one, I mean, you could jump, you could do whatever you want. You could not move as you were throwing it. So like right here, I mean, I could jump it, pop it up, get it as close as I can. And then the rule was you basically, once it stopped moving, you had to basically like something like that, is get as close as you can. And then bam, right there. There's ice underneath all these blocks. It's a par 2. I just made par. Pretty cool. Fully playable. 18 holes, if I am not mistaken. And since it's the Olympics, I specifically designed this course to represent multiple biomes. So obviously you start out here in a desert biome. I was going to get the dead brush and all the other stuff, maybe like buttons or something to make them look like rocks, really make this desert look cool. We just, once again, haven't played the world in forever. And obviously not playing the same deal here with the forest. Going to add more flowers and all that good stuff. But holes like this are fun because what do? I mean, it's definitely more direct. If you can jump this somehow, it's more direct to get it right over there. Or, it's not that big of a delay, but you can just go around. And so what a lot of people would try to do is something like this, and you try to bank it, just get it right on the edge. Yup, money right there. And of course, I'm going to fall down like a goofball. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's see. We'll go over here. That's the one thing about a forest is the trees are going to block you, and that's kind of annoying, I guess. But all right, yeah, we come over here eventually, and then you can try to jump it here, maybe. Let's see. And of course, we see where the item stops, so you can get right on the edge. Not up there, but yeah, you can jump and try to bank it like that. Oh, I missed. Okay, well, now I have to do it. Now my ego is saying I can do this. Let's see. Let me put the boat up here. There we go. Let's use our Minecraft brain. That's one way to get out of a hole. I'm glad I had a boat. I didn't actually plan on having a boat. Yeah, you could get right up on the edge, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you can't go diagonal. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Maybe you can. I'm sure with practice, that is a makeable shot. But here you go. My ball landed like right here, so you probably want to throw it something like that. Have the water take it for you a little bit. Oh, that's mean. I didn't realize that the carpet would do that. See, that's why I would have to test the hole, because it's almost no point going that way now. With the water, that's kind of lame. I'm not a big fan of that, so I may have to fix that, but oh well. I mean, it's, like I said, old world. But yeah, then they get trickier and trickier the further you go on. So now there's a lot more water, and you got to be careful with your ball. And I don't know what the rule was with water. I think if you landed in water, you just took a shot from the water, I think. So if you're in the water, like, you can't hop up and take a shot. You have to take it down here, which obviously you lose that jump advantage. So, I don't know, man. However you want to make the rules, I guess. But pretty cool course. It's a lot of fun. Really not that hard to make. It's just time consuming. Really, the leveling out of the land. You could see here, my buddy, and this was a huge thing too, where I'd say I probably did 60% of the building in my nation. I probably only did like 30% of the landscaping. I had so much help with landscaping. People would come over here and just decimate mountains for me, which was friggin' awesome. And I'm so thankful. Really, every friend I had did it at some point. So, shout out to all of them, man. Even the ones I don't talk to. I was going to get into that at some point in this series. The reason I'm kind of sentimental about this world, because there's a lot of people from this world specifically that I do not talk to, whether they don't talk to me, or I don't talk to them, or just falling out, or just slowly growing away. I mean, there's friends that I don't have any problem with. I just haven't talked to in years. We just kind of slowly grew apart. They got busy with college. I got busy with the Navy, or whatever the case may be. And I'm just kind of bringing back the old memories, man. It's just really cool. This is a really sick world. I'm sure you guys can tell too. There's a lot of love and passion for this world. But yeah, and then the third and final biome here, we got a snow biome. Snow part of the course, which is pretty cool. This one was actually a little bit hard because you have to change out every dirt block. Oh, and then the red was soul sand like this. So yeah, if you accidentally hit it, obviously it just stops like a freight train right there. Or I guess freight trains don't really stop all that quick, but you know what I mean. It comes to a very quick stop. You could see that the course isn't even done. I was still waiting on trees to grow and stuff. So, I mean, this world was pretty fresh. There's a lot going on. And unfortunately, I'm already over 30 minutes of recording. And I mean, we are not even halfway through my nation, I don't think. I'm maybe barely halfway through my nation. I mean, there's just that much stuff in this world. It was insane. I don't know why this tree got knocked down there. That's a little weird. Not entirely sure. All right, let's hop this. There we go. Let's break that down. I don't know where hole 18 is. I assume it's going to be this really, really fancy one. I wish I had signs. I feel like I had signs in the other ones, but let's say you're playing hole 18, yada, yada, yada. Let's see if this works. It looks like this will shoot your item up. Oh, nope. I didn't get it nearly close enough. There we go. Let's try that. And there it goes. Yeah, it's going to take your ball and ship it to the top here and actually shoot it out. That was cool, but once again, the carpet stops it, so I'm not a big fan of that. So that's something I'd have to fix up. That might have been a hole-in-one, though. Okay, let's break it. I want to see how far this goes. I am very curious. How far will this water push this boat? Because if I have to, I will, but like get rid of the carpet on some of these holes. I'm curious. I think it's going to go all the way. Oh, yeah, hole. Easy hole-in-one right there. So, I mean, yeah, I guess if you get lucky, if that water spits it out right in the middle, man, that's going to be a massive hole because you could probably throw it from there. I don't know, man. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with golf here. That's giving a tour of the world. We're playing mini golf here. That's basically how every Spencer K video goes. Shout out Money, man. That's another guy I haven't talked to in forever. Love that, man. He's funny. Gosh, I've known him for so friggin' long, man. This was he was one of my citizens. He built like a little treetop village here, and it was funny. He was kind of calling me out. He was like, how much more of this goddamn forest are you gonna knock down? Because every day he was on this like Olympic field just got closer and closer to his house. Like, mind you, this used to be a big hill with forest. And he was like, dude, you're like tearing down my view. He's like, what are you doing, man? So that was always funny. So I was like, I won't cross the river. I promise, man. And I didn't. You can see the buoys and stuff. I said, I won't cross the river. Except I think mini golf's even on the other side of the river. So there you go, Money. I will not encroach on your beautiful little treetop village anymore, buddy. But, God, I mean, a lot of these guys that I played this world with, I've known since middle school or high school, mind you. I'm almost 30. I have a fiance and a kid now, just how long it's been since we've been on this world and how long I've known these guys. Just sentimental for me, man. I always love the videos out there of Minecraft when, people are going through their OG worlds, 10-year-old worlds, and they got buildings from friends that, they haven't talked to or God forbid, friends or family that have passed. And their house is untouched and they got, it's almost a museum. I love that, dude. That's the beauty of Minecraft. This shit lives forever, dude. And that's kind of where we are. Thankfully, knock on wood. So as far as I know, no one I've ever been friends with has passed. There's one questionable, but obviously we have no way to confirm. Unfortunately, it was just so long ago. But other than that, it's just falling outs and just slowly quit talking to each other. But yeah, with that, man, that's basically the main city. I guess we'll go check out my military bases. We got a couple military bases. I guess side story, while we fly there, it's going to be a little bit of a fly. I was wandering through the woods very far south of my nation, couldn't tell you what for, and I happened to find a couple of wolves, and I have like wolf barrack. Actually, we didn't even show you the embassy, so we'll do that first. I'll come back to that story here very shortly. I'm sorry. Or you know what, we'll come. Let's just finish the story because I got all these buildings over here to show you too, my farms and stuff. But yeah, I had a bunch of wolves. I have barracks with wolves, cats, all that stuff. I just kind of station them wherever. And nighttime hit, and we got absolutely ambushed by a bunch of skeletons. And out of 5 wolves, only 1 survived. And I don't know where he is. I did put him somewhere because I was like the lone survivor. But I declared war on the mobs, and actually since there's no wars against PvP wars, we decided might as well declare war on the mobs. And so we started torching up everything, putting sea lanterns, just anything we could to get rid of the mobs, all the drowned and stuff, and fences to keep them from walking onto land, just anything we could. So we started building like mob fighting grounds. This area right here, we were gonna have a training ground to fight mobs, a little mock village me and Oregon built. And I was just going to be like, yeah, I guess PvP. You could do PvP here, but specifically mobs. We're going to turn off all the lights, get rid of all the torches or something, and just start fighting mobs, which would have been cool. So this is our little practice village. This is man-made. There's nothing on this island, not a single structure on this island. Me and Oregon came and built a lot, mainly Oregon. I feel like a lot of these buildings were Oregon's design. Shout out to him. I assume this was like a practice airstrike thing. Where if you're out in a boat, you could practice shooting arrows or spears into the center of these X's. I have no clue what this is, but yeah, you can see all the building supplies here. One thing I want to do if we make this a series, I want to consolidate all of our building supplies at the storage facility and then rebranch out and just do like one project at a time. That way we actually know how much supplies we have, because I don't want to get in over my head. And we built a bunch of boats. Every single one of these boats was supposed to be outfitted with enough supplies and weaponry to basically go on an expedition for weeks. It could start its own civilization. We had so much building blocks. Once again, weapons, armor, all that good stuff, potions. Oh, wow. I actually named these after my old friends I've lost contact with. I think that is a guy that I knew all the way back in like 2013, 14. Holy cow. I can't believe I actually named them after all my old buddies, man. See, that's how much this world was sentimental-wise. Well, now I got to see them all. What is this one, man? Let's see. Red Venom. Wow, yeah, we got some old names here. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, that is straight out of like 2013, 2014. Whenever Minecraft came to the Xbox 360, that is these guys. Stingray. I think that's Brisk Stingray was his full gamer tag. Holy cow. Yep, that was an Australian dude, if I remember correctly. That's sweet, dude. I didn't read it. You know what? It's perfect that I put those three ships together, because I think those three guys knew each other. At least the Ray guy and the Stingray guy knew each other, I'm pretty sure. So that's funny. That is really cool, man. That is sweet. And then over here, we have an actual Navy base that I built somewhere. Yeah, I think we're getting close to it. It's probably up here. Yep, there it is. We got some docks. Got a bunch of ships. This is probably where all the ships are actually supplied up, out here at a dock. I don't know why I wouldn't do it out in the middle of the ocean. The world was so... Yeah, these don't have names either. So that is probably a factor. There's probably a few friends I could put on the back of these. Oh, yeah, there's a few friends I'm thinking of. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, here we go. Jojo. I remember him. Halo Gunner. I'm still in contact with that guy. That must have just been out of respect, because that is actually my oldest friend on Xbox, I think. That is it. I talk to that man like once every 4 years. Gur Unit. Holy cow. Yeah, shout out. Wow, Gur Unit. Dude, this dude changed his gamer tag every month. So really the reason I lost contact with him is because he just changed his gamer tag. He joined the party randomly. And I'd be like, who the hell are you? And then he'd talk, and I'm like, dude, just quit changing your name. And he just changed it so many times I lost track of who he was. And I guess, obviously couldn't find him. So who knows, man? That's cool. I'm really happy that that's a feature I did. I started renaming all the ships to either, I guess, current or previous friends. That's pretty cool. I'll have to build some more ships. But yeah, this is the Navy base. I got like a warehouse here. You could just see all the supplies, man. And there's no reason for me to deny it. Obviously, duplication. Not all of it's duplicated. You'd be surprised with how much of the items I obtain are not duplicated. Obviously, I'm not going to try to deny this, right? Let's be real. But, not creative. Some people are like, well, if you duplicate, it's basically creative mode. No, yes and no. Because it's so easy to build in creative, right? Fly around, build, the world edit. I could build my entire map in like a week, while this takes years, even with duplication. This is probably where that wolf ended up that I was talking about, the wolf that died, because I'm building up a wolf army with cats here, so I assume this is probably where they ended up. Where I was attacked was south. It was probably like 1,000 blocks that direction, due south. I mean, it really, actually, probably less than that. It wasn't too far. This was a while ago, so who really knows? But yeah, other than that, in this base here, I really like the docks. I like what I did with the docks. I'm proud of myself. I think they look good. Had some guard towers. This is probably an enchanting building, if I am not mistaken. Yep, sure did look like one. Had some guard towers. Boredom, once again, name of the game, really, when it came to here. I have no clue what this building was supposed to be. But we were just so bored, I was building anything and everything. And I think up here we're going to see an armory and a fire station. Yes, that is absolutely what it is. This is going to be a boat launch ramp, I think. Yep. Sure is for like these types of boats. So if I ever wanted to sail the river, launch an expedition or whatever. How do we get up here? Let's see. Is there a way to get into this building? I'm assume there has to be, right? There's got to be a way. Yep, probably right here to get into all these. Yes, sir. This is the armory. Obviously, I knocked down that iron door for whatever reason. It looks like there's no button or lever, so that could be a factor. But I have all these iron bars here to fight the mobs. Of course, there's no doors. Why would there be? Yeah, we're going to have to go through all that stuff here. And then this is where it's fully encased in not only obsidian, but water. At least the roof's water. Yeah, the roof. Okay, you can see it dripping. The walls aren't water, but the roof is. Cool, to try to absorb some of the shock. If someone were to ever bomb me, we got a ton of fireworks and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, what is this? Just empty green shulker boxes. I wonder if I have some more items farther away. Why do I just have bones and rotten flesh? That is a very strange thing to put it. Oh, it's for the dogs and cats. This is the dog and cat room. That makes sense with the name tags. That's what made it dawn on me. Cool. So yeah, this is a little dog and cat storage area, and I think there's a downstairs. Sure, this is supposed to be secret. I was never going to tell anybody that there was something down here. The maze is under construction. Well, that's a pretty shitty maze. That might have been like reverse psychology. Trying to get people to think I built a whole maze, but really there's nothing. I don't know. That's kind of dumb. But okay, here's my storage. Look at all this. Yeah, there we go. Whoops, wrong button there. TNT. Holy cow. There it is. We got a little bit of everything. If you need wither skulls, I'm your man, apparently. Look at that. That is friggin' cool. But yeah, man. So cool little armory. Like I said, a lot of boredom, a lot of peace in this world. Obviously, none of this would be possible without extreme amounts of peace. A high trust society is what this world was, which is not common in Factions world. Really, any SMP. You know, a lot of SMPs I've seen that YouTubers do, they use cheats or they use mods or something that really makes the SMP cheat. I can't talk. There's duplication. If you guys watch any of my other series where it's just like a survival world, I don't use duplication or anything in those. But yeah, when it comes to like factions and stuff, I don't mind it. And I don't, it's because it's a glitch in the game. It's an error with the game itself. I think, it's not like X-Ray, which is an external plugin or anything like that. I feel like that's not very fair. We got more puppies in here. This was going to be a fire department, which, funny enough, looks extremely similar to the Unturned. If you've ever played the game Unturned, their fire departments. I don't know why that ended up looking like that, but I have history of a lot of big forest fires decimating forests in my land, both accidental and intentional, or just lack of proper maintenance, I guess. I'd do construction or put something fire-wise down, and then bam, there's a wildfire, and there's a big-ass bug on my desk here, and I do not like that. Okay, that problem has been solved. Yeah, there was one singular bug that got on my desk, and it creeped me out. Did not like that. It is now dead. Ooh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Not a fan of that at all. All right. Oh, she got another achievement. Oh, it's not popping up on the video, but you can hear it. I'm guarantee you could hear it. That is funny. I wish I had a map, man. I thought there was a map room. You know what? Let me check this building here one more time for a map room. I feel like, oh no, I usually do map rooms in embassies, huh? Unless it's up top. Oh, it could be up top there. That kind of looks like an office building. Oh no, it's for supplies. That would actually make sense. Yep. This is something that I was putting on all those boats. This is like a villager trading starter kit. If you want to go to a new village or start a new village or whatever. I don't know, man. We were so in depth with this game, but with that, man, we're going to go ahead and check out the industrial part of my town, and we're going to call it for an episode. I have no clue what the name of the episode is. I may start it as a new series and call it an episode 1 for like Nations 2.0, I don't know, revamped or something. Or we'll just continue up with Nations 2.0, whatever episode I left off on, and we'll just pick up from that. I don't know. It could go either way. One thing with all this copper block, or all these copper blocks here, I am working really, really, really hard trying to get the achievement to wax on and wax off every single type of copper block. So that's why I just have a bunch of copper here. So the main goal, if I didn't say it already, why I'm back on this world, why I'm so sentimental, it's because I wanted all the achievements from all the new updates. And I figured, well, I might as well go on an established world where I have a bunch of stuff already. That way I could just go on an expedition and try to find stuff. And I did get a couple achievements. I can even show you. We got a couple of achievements. You can see wax on, wax off is what I'm working on. Up here, kill a mob next to a catalyst, the pottery shards, shards, whatever you want to call it, sneak 100, all this stuff. I got that recently. But then the sentimental aspect hit, and I was like, I want to start a series on this world. And so we'll get those other achievements together. We'll make that objectives. But each one of these buildings, once again, storage facility, the center of the world, really, pretty much. This was an obsidian farm. It stores lava and stuff. All that good stuff. Let's see, go over here. Just a lot of nothing, really, man. Another village house right here to trade with villagers. There was a glitch with villagers towards the end of this world when we were still playing, where when the villagers slept in a bed, if any other entity touched them, they would actually, like, slide out of existence. They would just phase out of the house and then just teleport away and be gone forever. So I closed the building down and got rid of all the beds. But we got horses. Yeah, not a ton over here. We'll go check out the embassy. This building was kind of cool. It was supposed to be an underground bunker. I don't know if we ever finished it. Honestly, this episode's going on a little bit long, so I won't go in there. But we have all these embassies over here. One thing I didn't show you is all the different flags. You know, a lot of people did flags that some people would probably find a little offensive. Yeah, I mean, oh well. There's worse things out there, man. Some are kind of bad. I won't lie, but obviously this one's not. I didn't not show the flags intentionally for that reason. I just forgot. Let's see. Yep, we got recruit. Like this one. People would probably get mad at that. Obviously, that's like a knockoff of the Confederacy. We got Brady up there. Silvery up with the USSR. So you can see they're all kind of going for joke flags and stuff. But, yep, Dan over here. But, yeah, man, everyone had their own embassy, which is pretty cool. There's actually so many nations that I filled up all these embassies, and I had to find a location to build some more. Sorry, I got distracted just running into the wall there at full speed. I built all the embassy leaders a little beach here just to kind of hang out. Nothing too spectacular, but yeah, we got a couple more embassies over here. I'm just curious who they are. Let's see who they are. I did kick someone out of an embassy because they never did anything with it. Oh, Ravens. Ravens, shout out Ravens. Yes, sir. Let's see, who is this? We got True Lambo. Oh, man. Lambo, I still talk to him. This one doesn't even have a flag, but it has an interior. I don't know who this could be. Now, there's end stuff, so that could be telling. I don't know. I do not know who that is. Let's see. Who do we got here? Cool Guy. Yes, sir. It's another one I haven't talked to in a long time. And Dash I haven't talked to in ages. And he doesn't really have anything either. So, okay. There you go. That is all the embassies, man. And I want to take you to all these guys as nations. If we can find the location of some of them. I know where most of them are, but there's a couple hidden ones that I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to know. So, we will see. This is my lava farm. Just kind of getting right into it, man. We have a bunch of factories and facilities here. The buildings weren't meant to look good. They were just meant to be like a factory or a storage facility. You can see this is leather armor. Why would you need leather armor? I don't know. I feel like it had to do something with the Olympics. Actually, we considered leather armor dress armor so that if we were having peace talks or if we were doing something non-combative, we'd slap on some leather armor. And, I mean, it was just kind of a sign of peace, right? You're not walking around in full netherite acting like you're a threat or something. Just kind of a peace thing here. We got a couple other farms here. I don't know what everything's going to be. I think that's an XP thing. We could go into each and every one. This is my workbench station building, I guess. Kind of obnoxious. But yeah, each one of these buildings has a purpose. I just keep going into all of them. Let's see. Ocean War. Oh, wow. This is my project building. So every little cubicle in this building was for another building project. The ice race tracks. Yep. The military. Oh, what's in that one? Oh, concrete. Yeah, that would do it. Ship to Deering. Okay. That was my old roommate. He joined this world. I forgot. Judd was in this world. Nice, man. Oh, and that's another Navy dude. Yeah, I had a couple Navy dudes. Shipment to Silver. Oh, I had books for him. I guess Silver needed books. Airports. My airport construction kit. Second storage facility. I forgot I have a second storage facility. Holy cow. And I think that's the one that has the most stuff. My goodness. This is just the functional one. The other one's like a stockpile thing. All right, well, we saw the airport thing. So let's talk airport. So early on in this world, we're talking early Bedrock. Like Xbox One edition of Minecraft, I think even it could have been. We didn't really, I don't know if fireworks worked with the light tours. I assume they did. We didn't know that. So we built, and really to conserve fireworks anyway, we continued building and using these. What we did is we would build a massive tower up to the sky limit. Now they've raised the limit of the sky since building these, like another 50 blocks, but this would shoot you all the way up to the top and you could glide off of it and it would give you a pretty good start because we didn't know you could use fireworks. So you know, there's no other way to use an elytra unless you go to the top of a skyscraper, I guess, and jump up. But this was just a quick little way to go all the way up and then jump. And then I made a nice little runway to land here. Obviously, if you're talented enough, you can land an elytra anywhere. You even take a little bit of damage. It's that big of a deal. But then, man, yeah, we had a couple other buildings right here, and then we're going to stop it at the national park, the Chicken Nation National Park here. Just a beautiful birch forest. There's a couple of campsites. I did build roads through it, so you can actually ride a horse or walk all the way through it. And we tried to make it as safe as possible, but you can see the lanterns and stuff, just trying to keep mobs away from it. Just really tough, though. But we wanted to preserve the natural beauty, just because you could see all the land I have decimated by my building. So, like this right here, we tried to, you know, maintain this hill the best we could. But here we go. I'll show you all the flags, man. There's going to be a few here that are probably offensive, but I mean, they're old. I'm sorry if you're offended. It's just what they chose. But yeah, we got Dan here, and this was kind of the board. So you could say who your allies were, who you're against. If you had enemy nations, yep, enemies, NA, border open, trade unrestricted, stuff like that means, hey, if you're, you know, walking through my land, it's cool, man. Just don't fuck anything up. If you trade, like whatever their trade policies are, I guess. Like me, kind of like my trade policy was open. Like take what you need, just hook me up when I need it. Obviously the Confederacy stuff. Pharaoh, you got Pharaoh. Oh, that's Old Doc. I don't know why that's the name. That's kind of weird. But yeah, the jungle by, and see, none of the signs match up, but that's a recruit or Megan. You can see he went with that old German. Oregon. Yep, allies. Let's see enemies. The voices in my head. Yeah, let's read all the enemies. Those are kind of fun. Move around my land or ask permission. There you go. Reaper. That's Lee. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. That is absolutely tracking freely. It's funny. That's another guy I haven't talked to in a long time. Enemy is a secret. Uh-oh. Megan has an enemy. Oh my god. That's funny. Enemy is Runty, Fowler, and feminism. That is absolutely a silver thing. You can see there's kind of uncensored. This is why there wasn't a ton of videos of this world, guys, because every time I click record, it was offensive as hell. So the whole thing, actually, I think I had a video that was still up, and it was pretty dang offensive. So there's some crazy stuff back in the day. Mind you, this is like middle school, high school, so just edgy teenagers, man. That's kind of what it was. All right, let's sleep through this thunderstorm, which is what I think this is. I guess it could just be a normal rainstorm. I have no clue. Let's check out these. Wow, he was allied with Runty. I'm shocked. You know, we'll get into it, man. History of nations. There's a lot of fun stuff. Allies. I don't know. Doc, I guess. That's funny. Let's see. Oh, is that Dash? I think that's Dash. Oh, why am I drawing a blank on the name? I feel like that's Dash. I do not know. I cannot remember. Oh, it looks like we may have a couple more. Oh, no, that was it for the signs. Okay, so not everyone got to it. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. If you read this, I owe you a kiss. God damn it. Of course it'd be a Lambo. Oh, man. I love going back and look at all these. Do you even vape, bro? It's so dumb, dude. What a dumb world. I take it back. I have no sentimental value of this world. I hate it. No, dude. I miss some of these guys. There's some that I've had a falling out with. There's some that I just have not talked to in a long time. I'll have to reach out and text them, ask how they're doing, man, because that's funny. I just, all the memories here. Hopefully, maybe some of them will click on this video. But, man, that's basically the capital of my world. You know, I actually, before I end it, I had a video I made about 2, maybe 3 years ago. That's probably the last time I was on this world, matter of fact, where it was the retirement video. And I recorded my entire nation, told you a lot of these same stories, and I was like, that's it, man. So long for Nations 2.0. That's all we'll ever see. And I don't know. I didn't have the heart to post it. It's been sitting on my channel. Maybe I'll screenshot it. It has been sitting on my channel private for like 2 or 3 years now. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the end. Like it is, but it's not. You know, there's just so many more projects. I don't know. So much more to do. And I mean, obviously touring the world is a lot of fun for me. So we'll see about next episode. I'm sure we'll tour again next episode. Travel a little bit more, and then maybe episode 3 from now or whatever it is, we'll go ahead and start a project and just kind of tour the world as we do projects. But so many more stories, man. There were several wars and conflicts and all kinds of stuff. Obviously, I am talking to a lot of the people that played this world, so maybe we'll be able to get some more people on this world at some point. And I don't know, maybe pick it back up. Maybe they'll do some more projects and stuff. I just don't want anyone to grief it. That's kind of the big deal. I don't want any griefing. I don't want, if someone is actively not able to get on this world, whether I'm no longer friends with them, or they just can't, they don't have the time. I want to like preserve their place. I don't want to like go over there. I don't want anyone touching it, decimating it, or anything. Like if I hop on and I want to build a little bit more, okay, so be it. If Pharaoh or Brady, I'm calling him Pharaoh because that's what all the signs say, or whoever Silver, if those guys want to get on and work or do whatever a little bit more, it's like okay, but on their land at least. Or we'll see, man. I think this was a duplicating facility, but we shut her down because duplicating was patched. And I don't know. I think that was what one of the conflicts was almost started about, was duplicating. There's like a guy who was really anti against duplicating, and pretty much everyone else was doing it, so he just fell behind. These are my shulker boxes from that journey when I went and got all those achievements. You can see the skulk and stuff. I learned so much about Minecraft. They added so much, dude. This is going to be an adventure for me. I am not used to this, but that, man, I'm going to stop rambling. We'll go ahead and be back for episode 2 of Nations 2.0 revamped, or I don't know, maybe we'll just add it on Nations 2.0, whatever the hell I was on back in the day. Only time will tell, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, man, and feel free to drop stories about your old world. I think that for comments, yeah, let me know what you think of the series, of course, but then, yeah, give me your stories from your old, forever worlds, or if you had a world, 10 years ago, even sooner, if it was just a couple years ago with buddies, and, I'd love to hear the stories and stuff and tour them, and, that's always cool. Maybe we do that. Maybe if you guys have worlds like this, maybe you can invite me on, we'll do a tour, and you can kind of just tell me the history of the world, and we'll talk about it. I don't know, that'd be fun, man. I know back in the day, that's what a lot of people did, like city showcases and stuff like that, but I'd love to do a survival showcase. How the hell are you up there, pal? That is pretty insane. You can't even, that's respect. You can't even be mad at that. How does that even happen? I mean, I assume the wandering trader spawned on the top, he walked off, and then the lead just kind of hooked him right into that slot right there. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, we can't end the episode like that. We got to figure out what's going on up here. I have so many questions. So many questions. What's going on? Is there a wandering trader up here? No. No, there is not. There is damage right here, as if there was a mob up here, though. That's kind of like a mob was here, and then he, jumps off the glass. That's exactly what it is. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. And then the llama's still there. Is there another llama? No, that is friggin' weird. Okay, well, now we're going to end the episode before anything else too weird happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, man. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hey, if I don't mention it, I'm sorry for the long hiatus. If this is my first upload in a couple of months, I was hoping to get another Nuclear Hearts episode up prior to this, but I may not. I apologize. I'll explain it in the next Nuclear Hearts video or at some point. But now I'm going to stop rambling, and I will catch you all in the next one.